I was recently invited to an event that allowed me to look at upcoming DLC content called Turning Tides for Battlefield 1, and as such this video is sponsored. In this video I'm going to give an overview of the map Cape Helles, and give my thoughts on the map and how it currently plays. Please do bear in mind that this is a very early look at the map, and of course, many things will change before the full release. Firstly, I want to give the map some historical context. I feel that linking in the history is a big part of playing Battlefield 1, and although you are not always thinking about it when playing, it definitely adds something to the experience. Cape Helles, which lies at the foot of the Gallipoli Peninsula, was the main landing zone for the Anglo-French amphibious operation on April the 25th, 1915. Under the covering fire of the Royal Navy's guns, the British 29th Division was to storm the beach, overcome the stunned Ottoman defenders, and seize the dominating heights of Achi Baba. However, the Ottoman defenders were deeply entrenched on the cliffs at the top of the hill, concealed machine guns and artillery from behind the walls of Fort Said El Bahr, opened fire on the landing parties, who were slowed to a crawl by barbed wire and the knee-high water. Boats were blown out of the water completely, and the survivors were forced into cover on the far side of the beach, where a few combat-ready platoons were finally able to establish a front line. On playing this map for the first time, I certainly got the storm the beach feeling, as the landing craft ran aground and everyone rushed up towards the enemy. As you can expect with gameplay like that, cover is limited, and rushing towards an onslaught of enemy fire results in many casualties and quite a few respawns. Now I don't mind that as a first impression, but I do know that it will get fairly annoying and monotonous after a few attempts. That being said, I do believe the designers will add a bit more cover on the beach, meaning that the attackers will receive a little more help in hiding from the initial barrage of enemy fire. As you can see from the gameplay in the background, even without the finished textures, the map still manages to capture the feeling of storming a beach, and the entire scenario has a very similar feeling to the beginning scenes in Saving Private Ryan, albeit a different time period and war altogether. All in all, it certainly struck me with a proper Battlefield feeling. Of course, we were playing on the Conquest Assault game mode, a mode that starts with all points captured for Team 2 and 250 tickets for Team 1. Team 1 must cap all the objectives, whilst Team 2 can only spawn on teammates, meaning if they all die, Team 1 wins. We played an early build of the game mode and it certainly needs some tweaks, but overall I felt it could be something that worked well. It depends on teamwork, and as we all know, that is quite a difficult thing to obtain in Battlefield 1. It also depends on squad play though, and if you're playing with your mates you can have a real impact on how the game plays out. I feel as if that is perfect for a new game mode, and with some small changes I feel as if DICE could be onto a real winner. Played on the new Cape Helles map, we were really testing a fair bit of new stuff, so it was hard to tell whether it was the game mode or the map that needed changing, but for this video I will focus on the map. So how does it look? Again, this was a very early build of the map, so the textures weren't quite completed, however I still got a good feel for how the objective played and how the teams rotated around. The British side starts from the beach end of the map and has Alpha as its gimme flag. The objective is fairly easy to take as a team, as the cover is limited, however you can drop off the back of the flag towards the beach and protect yourself from both angles on the C and B flags. Once A is capped, the team tends to move towards B flag, as that one has far more cover and is set in the ruins of a large building. The outer wall provides solid cover for attacking forces, and the height of it means grenades aren't so effective at removing enemies. As you can see from the gameplay, this is a high traffic area on the map. The C flag is located further inland, up the hill, and provides a good outlook on both the B and A objectives, whilst giving your team a spawn point to push up towards D. D objective is the most central flag on the map, and sees the crossing of both enemy teams as they attempt to move across the higher points of the map. However, in my opinion, it lacked quite a bit of cover. The trench system made for some fascinating gameplay from C to D, however one big issue that many people found is that the planes could just destroy you as you ran from flag to flag, or stayed there to cap. Unless you were on B, F or E flag, air vehicles had a party taking you down and added to their already impressive scores. We've seen this before on Battlefield maps, and in my opinion DICE really need to take a look at sorting that out. I don't believe more AA guns would be the answer, and I do realise that you can take a plane down quite effectively with small arms fire, however I don't think that plane spam is something that most players want or enjoy. E flag is probably the prettiest flag on the game, and is known as the Canley Battery 5. You have access to a massive cannon that can cause devastating damage to infantry in the surrounding area and really place some importance on capping that objective. F flag is similar, with the same naval gun and cap radius. Both flags are lacking in cover in my opinion when being attacked from enemies on the hill, but I'm sure the developers will address this, as it is of course a very early build with lots of work still to be done. We saw a Flame Trooper elite class on the map, and that was quite a bit of fun in the trenches, whilst we also saw the Dreadnought make a few appearances and blast everyone back to the spawn screen. As I said, small tweaks are definitely needed in that regard. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and let me know what you think of the new map based on the gameplay and videos you've seen so far. Do you think that the map layout is in a good state? Do you think there should be some changes? I'm pretty certain we'll see an updated map in the near future, and of course this will be available to test on the CTE, so keep an eye on the official Battlefield Twitter for more information. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.